call the meeting to order, if we could, please. On today's agenda, the first order of business would be a public hearing. A public hearing in regard to Boston Volunteer Fire Department has petitioned the court. We've set the hearing date today to move the dues from $40 to $50. We just did Bardstown, City of Bardstown, the Nelson County Volunteer Fire Department to $60. So I think well within your limits, and you showed us your financial reports from the board's perspective. I have not received any written comment. Please note that, Kim, in your minutes. Does anybody wish to comment on the Boston Fire Department, either for or against raising the dues from $40 to $50 in the Boston district alone?
Well, I've been on the board for a couple of years, and just listening to them, what's went on through the years, and we have that's old equipment, which it's still serviceable. But as we all know, the older it gets, the more it costs to maintain, and so they really need the money. I mean, they can use it in a.
And they showed us their financial report. They're on a thin line about, paying by the time you pay your insurance and your fuel and other expenses on the fire department. So I'm fully aware of what the needs are. Anybody else? Then, Magistrate, have you received any comments?
No, not.
We'll close the public hearing section of this fiscal court meeting, and this time would entertain a motion to approve the increase from $40 to $50 to be placed on the tax bills.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Bernard Ice, second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove, and motion will carry.
And that is for occupied residents, it's not for vacant property.
No, it's not by this is wrong.
Very good.
Yeah, there's a couple of districts that do, I think,
Both.
New Hope that do both, or one of the two that
No,
do
only
both.
Boston. Gotta be a structure on the property.
Please,
New Hope and Rolling Fork do
they do both.
all,
Okay.
Vacant properties as well?
yes,
Okay.
Ours is structure only.
yeah.
Okay. And Barb, I'll send you a letter on that. I think I did last time. Hand delivered it, I think. I hope I did. Okay, let's go to the minutes. Minutes from the May 3rd meeting, May 17th, and May 26th.
Motion to approve on those
And motion to approve all three
minutes.
sets of minutes?
Yes.
Is there a second to that? Second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? The motion will carry. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Just make a note on the minutes that Jeff wasn't here. Jeff was clear. I think she's already written it. She heard us teasing about it. Okay, bills list, transfers. Transfers for the end of the year, basically. Prepaid bill. We got all kinds of bills, don't we, Rhonda? But we've got money to cover it, don't we?
We hope so.
We better have anyway. And, I try to always highlight things that might catch your attention, but I don't particularly have anything that. There is something on the, I did ask about the jail, and Dorcas not here. The card member where we bought 8 TV sets for the jail
Yeah, I saw that.
for a little over $100 a piece, so. And it can't be a very big TV for $100 a piece.
So small.
Yeah. But it has certain buttons and features that helps the jail and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it didn't require remote control
No, yeah.
to operate the television. She didn't want the remote controls
Why did we do 2 dispatch
because
payments?
I had not made the December payment. I did not make the December payment to the city of Bardstown. So that payment was still there to be made, and so we decided.
We're trying to
make
finish
it
up
directly
here
to
on a clean
email
note.
them.
Okay, just a question.
Good question. Motion to approve the bills and
Make the
transfers.
motion, pay the bills and transfers as presented.
Thank you, Bernard. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Sam Hutchins. Further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? The motion will carry. Next would be the tourism budget. I have Don here today. Don, yesterday when we were discussing your budget, the questions have been asked to me that you and I discussed yesterday about the $50,000 transfer to for marketing reinvestment, and then the amount of the digital media increase.
Okay. Well, we are going to finish this year 8% over budget. So that marketing reinvestment is basically that money over budget that we're reinvesting into our marketing for next year. And then the increase in the room and restaurant tax, we budgeted a 5% increase of what we're projected to end this fiscal year, which is pretty conservative considering where we've been the past few years. So in doing that, we have increased both our media advertising and our digital media. In our media advertising, we are increasing our frequency in some of our proven publications. In our digital media, one big expense is we're going to update our website. One of our priorities for this year is to make sure that all of our media is brand consistent, and we did that with our visitor guide this fiscal year. So this incoming fiscal year, we're going to work on our website and our promotional pop-up banners and the banners that go around the courthouse, and you'll see those coming up pretty soon. And also in digital media, we are increasing our number of impressions, increasing our digital footprint.
What do you mean by impressions?
The number of times, anytime someone sees an ad, that's considered an impression.
Okay.
So we're increasing our digital impressions, we're increasing our digital footprint altogether. Since that is where we get a lot of.
$110,000 increase is a pretty significant increase.
Yeah, so we're going to do some pretty exciting things. And we're going to have in July a annual meeting, and we'll roll out our media plan then. We're working on getting that approved right now, how we're going to have to check that all out.
How much more do you think it's going to help by doing what you're doing?
Well, we get about an $83 return on investment of every dollar we spend in marketing, so it's going to make a big difference, I think. And the digital media, we increased that more than we increased the print, because digital is the most trackable. You can see exactly who's clicking, when they're clicking, what's doing what.
Internet, yes. Telephones, internet, and that type of digital is what you're talking about?
Which one? Digital media?
Yeah.
Digital media is anything online, so it's content marketing, which is when you know how you see a page and you see an ad, like a story at the bottom, so you click on that. It's Facebook advertising, it's Instagram advertising, it's search engine marketing, so that it's when you just do, say you search bourbon, then make sure that we come at the top so that people click on us first. It's we're going to do an influencer campaign, which I don't know. Are you familiar with social media influencers? Okay.
No.
So social media influencers are people who have lots of followers or lots of fans. So, and they're usually bloggers of some sort. So you can do a campaign where you can invite them in. They can document their experience. So they'll take photos, they'll post on Instagram, they'll Snapchat, they'll Facebook, they'll blog, they'll do a whole social integrated campaign or presence of their visit, and they usually have 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 followers. So while we put so much money in our public relations with our earned media, it's the same thing, because it means more when someone else says it than, go to Bardstown, I had a great time, Bardstown's fabulous, Nelson County, you should go to the Railway Museum, Bloomfield's got this cute little shop. It means more when someone else says it. So that's why you have a social influencer campaign, and that's pretty cutting edge, and so I'm excited to see how we're going to implement that. But that's something new for this year.
I guess whatever you was doing was working, because you said it's up 8%.
We're up 8%. Yeah, our total direct expenditures for 2015 were almost $62 million, with total expenditures of almost $97 million. And I think you all did receive the tourism highlights that kind of talked about the things that we had done this year. So we hosted 46 journalists from all over the U.S., Australia, Japan, the Chinese market, Germany, Norway, the UK, Canada, and South Africa. We met with more than 150 international and domestic delegates at Travel South USA, the American Bus Association, which also included a major sponsorship because it was held in Louisville, Going on Faith, Travel South International, and IPW, which is the largest international showcase. And on the back there, you kind of see some of the goals we've kind of knocked out this year and some of our priorities for the coming year. So So if you have any questions about those, but you'll all be invited to that kind of rollout in July that will talk about new research that we have, our media plans, and our priorities for the coming year.
You know, most of the time when I'm doing the internet, when an ad pops up there, I look for the X immediately.
We don't do much, we do very little pre-load, we do very little pre-roll.
I've never looked at an ad on the internet.
Well, you know.
I'm in the minority, you're telling me?
Yeah, you are, because we have over 11.5 million impressions with our digital advertising this year. 11 million.
Do you look at them?
Same way.
You don't have to, that's the beauty of it, you don't have
Maybe
to.
saying that is, and maybe I'm just behind, but do people really look at those ads?
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll look at them much more than they'll look at a print ad or they'll watch a TV commercial.
But they're.
I sell them.
Gone.
You sell them.
I know, it's all age groups. It was all age groups, yeah. Our research determines that that's how people find us, and it's very trackable. We know exactly who, we know how many people see it, we know how many people click on it, we know how long they stay on our site once they click on
Exit
it.
out.
Everyone does exit out eventually. That's why you have 11 million impressions, because it takes a frequency of at least 50 to make an impact.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, so I don't do any digital media that doesn't have, it has to have a minimum frequency of 50, because anything less, you're not, you have the people like the judge who ignore you. But eventually you're gonna see it, I promise. You don't have to click on it, but you'll see Bardstown, and it'll eventually, it'll be there. And we're not trying to reach everybody, we're targeting who and where we go.
We're a herd of dinosaurs.
I have reservations spending $110,000 on that type of advertising, but this is a big world.
It is.
And $100,000 doesn't go anywhere in today's
That's a whole lot
time.
of money.
No, it's actually not a lot of money, considering what the people we're trying to reach and the frequency at which you have to reach them, yeah.
People, they live by that.
Mhm.
Motion to approve the tourism budget. I'll make a motion. Thank you, Keith. Your second, Bernard Ice. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove?
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
If you have any other questions, let me know, but in July, we'll roll it out for you and you can see.
Okay. Okay, we have a budget amendment. A budget amendment, we sold the real estate to Thai Summit. That was a big part of that budget amendment. We paid Salt River off and interest and principal. And then we transferred for the reserves, the remaining $326,000 still in reserves. If you have any questions, direct them at Rhonda.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Even I can understand that one. Motion to approve the budget amendment advertised for the second reading.
Yes.
Motion
A
by
motion to that effect.
Sam, second by Jerry. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion carries. You understand why we did that was because of the you don't
Sure.
budget a sale for
Right.
an industry like
Right.
that. 'Cause it's,
Budget amendments are a good thing.
it was a good thing. It was a good budget amendment. Next order of business would be a second reading on the 911 ordinance. Fiscal court held a first reading at our last court meeting and advertised for a second reading and adoption. We've advertised it, so motion in order to approve on second reading.
Make the motion.
Motion by Bernard Ice, is there a second by Jerry? Wait a minute, I'm gonna let you speak, Joyce. I'm gonna let you speak. No, you got a second, Jerry Hahn. Further discussion? Yes, ma'am.
I was asking if you get to speak before you make the vote.
Oh, yeah, we haven't made a vote, it's just a motion and a second.
To second the reading.
A motion, a second of the motion on the table. That means it's discussion time, according to Robert's Rule of Order,
Okay.
and I'll let you proceed.
Well, I'm against it. I'm against your adding it
Can
to
you
the
speak up,
property tax.
please?
I'm against your adding it to the property tax.
Do you have any other alternatives, Joyce?
Why don't you do something like the Crusade for Children? Let the firemen go out and collect the money, or put the jars in the businesses where they will allow it. Don't push it on anybody. But let the businesses, you're going to let the sheriff defray his money so that he can, for his helping, let the businesses defray a little money for collecting it for you. They get a lot more money than you, for the Crusade for Children, than you'll get from the property owners. Don't take my picture and don't.
This is a
put it
public
in.
meeting, man.
That's been one of my pet peeves. I have a little bit more, but I've talked to a lot of Nelson Countyans this weekend, and a lot of them feel the same way I do as far as being picked
Joyce,
up.
I talked to at least 3 people yesterday that you had contacted, and when I explained what we were doing, all three of those folks were okay with the process that we have taken.
I know there's bound to be, you invite people to a picnic, there's going to be both ways. That what makes the world go around. That's very good, but you're not telling us how many were against it. You're just saying 3 for 40.
That's right.
Now, is this Debbie Carter over here?
Nope.
There's a right behind it.
Hi, Debbie.
We talked on the phone the other day.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
eye to eye. My pet peeve is that all the cell phoners are the ones who are preceding everything. Accidents, if there's a car in a ditch, you're going to get a lot of cell phone callers, and they want to take care of things really fast to get that car out of the road. And the same way with a person who is in a building on the floor. She knows to call my family, not EMS, because they better not pick me up. You want my blood pressure to go up? You want me to wake up and know that you've done that to me? When the cell phone users, I don't want you to put it on the cell phones, because I have family members that all come from our income right there at home, and you're putting it on too many people. The
But it's already
property,
on cell phone source, and we have no control. The state did that. We do not control the cell phone.
it goes to the state. It
We do
doesn't
not
come
control
back
it.
here.
We did not pass that.
Well, it should be coming back to the community, so you're not putting on property owners. And you're going from $1.71 that's already on our lines to $2. And if, I don't know what you will do after that, but if you start doing what the Board of Education does and throw 4% on us, I don't know how much it's going to go up to. And you know, a really smart person told me yesterday that if you give them $1 million today, they'll ask for $1.1 million tomorrow. And they're
Human
right.
nature, yeah.
So you're not going to bail it out. You started at 50 cents.
As in 1991 or 2.
And then all of a sudden I saw on my bill, you doubled it because the city was in on it for people we can't vote for. And most of the time don't want to return a call or talk to us, so we have no say. And it's gone up to $1.71, and you know every time I call you, then when it goes up, how are you going to keep me off that helicopter?
I don't.
That's determined by the people after that. It's the protocol. It's not a lot of something that a lot of us people want.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, any other discussion from the magistrates? Motion's been made and seconded. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Terry? Disapprove?
I'm
Motion
speaking
carries.
for Jeff Lear. No.
Motion carries, Joyce. Thank you. Okay, next order of business would be the materials bid for 2016 and 17.
All right, guys, we open that up. We typically do this every year. The covers, here, wait a minute, Jerry, you get this. Yeah, that. Guys, this is just a list of materials we bid. Do you want? Yeah, do you just want the cover?
To cover would be more, all she'll need.
Yeah. And I'll get you guys a copy of the cover here in a second.
Anyway, it's like asphalt, culverts, rock,
fuels, road oils and whatnot. Same thing we do every year. Jim probably can attest to better what the numbers are than I can, how they compare to last
Okay,
year. I think everything was level compared to what it
Okay,
was
we'll
last
start
year.
with Mago. You know, all those are pretty self-explanatory. You got there's only one bidder on blacktop, one bidder on rock. We had several bidders on the salt.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
And actually, I've got that down the road for report. If you want to go ahead and bring it up, do you have a copy of it?
Yeah, I don't know if you
I
need
think
a
you emailed
separate.
everybody.
It's in that booklet too.
It's in the book,
Is that in there?
Yes.
I want to look at it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
When you make the motion, because I got to send something to the company. I'll let her put that in the order. But it can be all handled.
How many tons did we use last year, Jim?
We bought it all.
1,401 tons.
We bought it all last year. We got it at our barn. It was additional size in our barn. We upgraded, so we wanted to fill it up. And we're still not completely full.
No, we still got quite a bit of
1,000 tons
space.
if you want to do it.
Yeah. You actually probably do much more than that if you want to put a little elevator like
Yeah.
you do a grain.
I don't think it needs it though. I mean, if we didn't use no more than we did the year before, we're fine, right?
It would be good, yeah.
So I guess then we have to get approval
Only
on
like
each one.
big and huge.
Okay, but first let's go with asphalt Mago. I need a motion to approve Mago.
You want to do them individually or all as one?
I think we've done them all in, as a
The only
group.
thing you haven't done was salt.
Salt.
They want
A
a
separate-
fiscal order sent
Okay.
to them, a copy of the fiscal order.
Let's do everything but the road salt. Mago, I would recommend Mago. It's for the blacktop, Cedar Creek Quarries for the rock. Motor fuels, DNR oil, 4 cents above rack price. The road fuels would be Marathon.
On that one, Dean, sometimes Marathon can't accommodate us because of their operation.
Uh-huh.
So we do buy from asphalt materials. and-
But your primary would be Marathon. And it doesn't mean we can't go somewhere else and buy any other
Right, right.
from the time to time. Corrugated metal pipes would be Hayes Pipe Supply Oil. And, you know, they've been contacted out the last few years, haven't they, Jim?
Yeah, Contact doesn't bid it anymore. They sell the case pipes, they have a supplier, not a middleman, is why you
And
don't.
Hayes Pipe's got the black pipe too.
They had it last year. Each pipe had it last year.
You know, motion to approve those vendors. Jerry Hahn,
Second.
second by Sam Hutchins. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove, motion will carry. And next, we need to approve Morton Salt for our salt delivery, excuse me, delivered at 6115. It's about 70, wasn't it last year, Jim?
$76.23.
Motion to approve Morton Salt for
Thank
our
you, Sam.
road salt.
Second by Bernard Ice. Try to go a little slower here for you. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove, motion will carry. Okay?
What was our blacktop last year? 50 something?
50.
So you gotta take that 49.50, then you got all the base price of 10.50, so you got $60 a ton.
But right now, we're paying right at $60 a ton, because they've got that clause, if asphalt prices go up, their price goes up, but it has to go up more than 5% before it kicks in. It's a matter.
Like the state does.
The state does the same thing.
Are they blacktopping out my way today?
I don't know.
Same, but I think your question was at this time last year, it was probably $7 or $8 more a ton.
Yeah, it's probably right at $65, $66 a ton.
So it has gone
It's
down.
dropped, yeah. But we could benefit that as time goes on, but we're gonna pay more as the oil comes periodically.
Crude oil goes back up. Yeah.
Okay, next order of events will be the Northeast Nelson Fire District. First with the report, then they have an appointment that's due. Chief, I'm sorry, I should have called on you earlier. I forgot you was kind of hiding behind there, the group there. I should have got you up on the top of the agenda there. But maybe you'll learn a little something. You want to give us a little brief summary of your year?
The budget you have in front of you is pretty much a mirror image of last year. Our revenues are staying fairly consistent. We've maintained a tax rate of 7 cents per $100 for probably the last 15 or so years, maybe longer than that, which is what we have set it for again for this coming fiscal year. Proud to say that as of about 3 or 4 months ago, the district was debt-free. We have now been able to rectify that because we've just purchased a new apparatus, so. We'll go back. But rest assured, the district is on strong financial
It is.
ground.
It's good.
We have a very dedicated group of trustees who do their job very well. So if you have any questions about the budget specifics, I'd be happy to answer them. I can tell you, showing revenue of a neighborhood of 135 to 6,000, somewhere in that area. Our operating costs usually run about 55 to 60,000 per year. We do maintain a small cash reserve from this point going forward for at least the next 10 years. Most of our excess revenue will be applied to the debt services for the apparatus we're getting ready to purchase.
And what type of apparatus getting ready to purchase?
It's an engine, Class A engine. We're actually replacing one at our Station 2 in Chaplin, and we have full intentions of retaining that truck, which is an 87, with the possibility of expanding to a Station 3 to increase our the lowering of our ISO.
And visibility and...
Yes, sir.
Now, what, are you buying a used truck or a new truck?
No, sir, it's a new apparatus. It was actually a demo apparatus we looked at from a company out of Mississippi. And the board approved that purchase last month. We expect to take delivery probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
And what was the price on that?
In the neighborhood of 220, we put down approximately 50,000, and we're financing the rest.
That doesn't sound too outlandish for...
It's a good truck for what we want. We could have spent a lot more, but as I said, my board of trustees is very fiscally responsible, and we're lucky to have them in place.
Where do you think about doing another station?
We've looked at a couple different places. We've got a corridor in the a little section in the Bloomfield Road, Thomas Lane corridor area. I've actually talked to Chief Manley about maybe putting an engine out there at some time and then working on an automatic response agreement with his personnel. So that way we could actually extend that ISO benefit over to the Nelson County service area. And then we've also got a little area of land in the Fairfield area that's outside our 5 miles. We haven't made any definite plans yet, but right now I'd say the leading contender for that service would be that Bloomfield Road.
Population is so much.
Thomas Lane area, yes, sir. Yeah. It comes down to, we've got a truck that's coming up on 30 years old. It's really too good to get rid of now. So instead of declaring it surplus, we're going to hold on to it for the next year or two to see if we can make this a reality. If so, it's a lot more valuable in its capacity to lower residents' ISO ratings than it would be to get rid of it.
Sure.
Do a great job. Thank y'all for everything.
Thank you, Judge.
This is, just for the media to know, this is the only taxing district for the fire departments we have in the county.
Yes.
Okay, then we have a board appointment.
Yes.
You'd ask Mary Ellen Marquise to be appointed to the board. And I think Mary Ellen served in years past, hasn't she?
She's been on about 2 or 3 years, I believe, Judge.
There's not too many boards she hadn't served on that in this county.
She's actually the chair right now, and does an excellent job.
Got a motion from Jerry Hahn to appoint Mary Ellen Rogan Marquise, I think is how you pronounce it. Is there a second to that?
We'll make a second.
Second by Bernard Ice. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? The motion will carry. Okay. Sheriff's report. You've got a copy of a settlement, a tax settlement. We owe the sheriff $268.34.
Thank you, Sheriff.
We owe him.
No, but he needs to give it back to us.
Oh, wait, but he turned over 200,000, so.
Nah, still,
I'll trade that all day long. What we need to do, guys, enter in this a matter of record pending the audit. If I could get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
By Keith Metcalf, second by Sam Hutchins. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Next would be the Zucker Technologies. Sheriff, would you mind, or Jonathan, maybe since you're here, I saw you come in and relieved that he was sweating there for a few minutes there,
I'm
Jonathan.
gonna pass to Jonathan like you do to Rhonda.
The dispatch center has chosen this particular company to do their management, what do you call it? The
CAD. Integrated dispatch, correct.
Great. And records retention and all those things come along with that part of it. Jonathan, we maybe explain why you want us to go ahead and go with this instead of you having to input things in a double
Right, so right now, basically what we're doing, in years past, when we were on the same system as they were on, they would enter a lot of the information when we would get the call, and then available to us would be the report number that they have. They would give that to us, and we would give it to the citizen, and that would give them access to their report. Currently, the way we're doing it is they enter it into their system with a completely separate number than we use, and then we have to go back and enter it into our system in order to give that citizen their report number, because we're using a separate records management system than what they're using for a CAD system. So what we're asking for is that we purchase the records management system that goes along with their CAD system to make our two agencies work better together like we have in years past. It would make the calls go much more smoothly, makes those reports more available to our citizens in a timely fashion, and it cuts down the workload of the deputies when they're out there trying to take that report.
What's the total cost there, John?
I was gonna say,
$80,578.
it's changed a couple times. Judge has got them down quite a bit.
I want another 5 off.
I believe it. I believe it. That is considerably down from where we started. We started well over $100,000.
Magistrate Lear sat in on some of these discussions and actually talked to the local people. He told me to make sure you guys knew that he had reviewed it. From his perspective, it was just something you almost have to go with to make it work within your whole dispatch center.
And the compatibility works with your service?
Yeah, it will actually be on the same server that they are. It'll just be like it always was with Spillman, only hopefully better with Zerka.
You know, I'm okay with the purchase of it, but I don't want the invoice to July 1st.
I assumed you took care of that.
I told him that.
Yeah.
Which your report knows that, but that's in this new budget
They-
already approved.
Yeah, they've been very willing to work with us on all that.
Motion to approve the contract with Zucker, Bernard Ice, second by Jerry Hahn. Further discussion? You guys got questions and concerns on your
Who,
outline?
does this, it just be dispatch and police? It's not with the fire too? Fire?
What, you'll do the fire calls.
They do the dispatch for the fire.
Yeah, they got it in their system.
As far as records management, most of the fire departments, and correct me if I'm wrong, but use Firehouse or their own sort of software to enter their information into. So if they wanted a records management system, it would technically be separate than police.
But you as a dispatch, still dispatch, and you enter it into your system, that,
Absolutely, yeah.
The run numbers that they give us work in our firehouse software.
all approved, say aye. Disapproved. Motion will carry. That'll load off of you, Sheriff. Oh, the guys hit me up out to the office there the other day. They were having done too much paperwork. EMS report, Joe?
Numbers for May come in at 595 calls. 11 months, that's 6,317 calls EMS made. With, for May, 161 incomplete. And that would be my report.
Jill, report Dorcas is at conference. Landfill solid waste report.
We're back on regular schedule due to the holiday last week, so we've had a lot of phone calls about that. We did have a state inspection Friday, I believe is when it was. Everything went fine with it, so no details or additional stuff that they want us to do. We're having issues with one of our compactors. It keeps overheating.
We just put a new motor in back here?
That's the one. So we've taken the head off, had it inspected, we put new gaskets in it. We're continuously trying to figure out what's going on. I've actually brought the guy in from E-Town, earth moving equipment that does a lot of work on that, to get their expertise in helping with that. So we're seeing where that's going. I don't know yet where we're at with it, but we're out of the warranty phase on the engine. Oh, yeah.
What was
Been a
it,
year and a half.
Was it a year or 6 month warranty?
It's 6 month warranty. is what you get on those.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's gonna go. Hopefully it's something minor, it heats up real quick, cools back down real quick. So, but it's an issue for us, so. That's the reason we keep it spare. And then the only other thing, guys, our new guy starts June 20th. So we'll have him here at the next court meeting, so y'all can scare him.
I'll have a report ready. You know, today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because June 21st, Brad's coming to the road department, right? No?
He'll be bouncing around.
Correct.
Go to the road department report. We already discussed the salts. The second thing there on the agenda is the Castle Cove Phase 3 acceptance. Sam, that's in your district. And Jim has given you all the pictures and provided the information.
It looks good. Presley Drive.
Presley Drive, yeah.
Accept that into the county system.
A motion to accept. It's met all the criteria. It's a better than 50% build out.
It meets your new policy,
50%.
50%, it's got 12 lots, it's got 6 houses built.
Motion to approve.
And motion to approve that and place it in the county system.
Get second? Second by Bernard Ice. Don't raise your hand if you don't. All approved, say aye. Disapprove? Your motion will carry. Jim, got anything else on road?
Road department report, standard report, let me get it here. All right, we're bush hogging the course. We've completed all the districts. First round, we've completed second round in district number 2, and we went into district 1 yesterday. So we're in your second round. We do have the boom mower running full-time. I plan on having it run full-time. We've done some boom mowing in city limits, as some of you are aware of, as we normally do to work with them on things. We did city of Barton Road, Old Bloomfield Pike, Southern Lane, Wilson Industrial Park. We're currently in District 4. I've got a project down there on Crenshaw Lane we'll work on. I had to send them over there, but I've got some individual work orders we'll try to get to them as time allows. Crew number 1, we've done a lot of work. We've got a lot of work done the last couple of weeks. The rain's finally stopped, so the drainage complaints have stopped to some degree. I got some work orders there that maybe still be some drainage complaints. But Green Chapel Road, we did some hot mix patching on it because of the slide problem. It's probably going to still slide. It's another problem. It's not as bad as Murphy Lane, but it's a tough one to fix because of the magnitude of the work it takes. You have to cut a road out and rebuild a road to stabilize it. Murphy Lane, we put signage and constructed a temporary turnaround, got an easement from property owner to do that. It's a mile from one road, so it gives a good turnaround for buses if they have to, whatever. It's going to be that way for a while. Did some work on Pascal, Ballard, graded and rock, full of potholes. Hope No, Tool Creek, Browns Lane, Stumps Trailer Park, we're out there working right now on Stinson Drive, putting a cross drain in and some new culverts. The area water likes to sit along that road under heavy rains, but we're getting that knocked out. Brad's helping with the crews running grade and stuff out there. Crew number 2, Paul Draper's crew, they're doing a good job on, done some work on Thompson Dones, about 3 cross drains, Thomas Lane, Sullivan Lane. We had 2 days of picking up trees, Petersburg Road ditching. We're on Crenshaw Lane right now, working there. All our sign installations up to date. We have 13 new private roads come in. The signs have been ordered. Other than that, that's it, fellas. Kroger is recuperating. His operation went good. I talked to him on the phone. Said he wants to come in tomorrow, which is not really, but.
He did say the surgery went better than the last time. He had ankle surgery, and he said it went much better this time than the last 2 times.
That's his 3rd ankle surgery. They've rebuilt his ankle with pins and bushings and everything, you know. And it didn't work. It didn't work the first 2 times. And so they had to cut his bone and break his bone and do some things.
He says they will put pressure on that.
It's amazing what they can do, but ankles are tough.
He talked like he'd be back sooner.
Have you had any correspondence with Kevin Wilson when he's running on?
Yeah, he's sent it. He's provided his performance bond and his certificate of insurance. He's acting like he wants to start the end of June. Is what he's acting like. You know. He understands all the rules and regs. His certificate of insurance was, he had to get a higher workman's comp amount, and he didn't bat an eye against that. You know, it's a few more $100 I'm sure it cost him, but whatever. He sent me something in there in the mail today. It was the original certificate of insurance performance bond, and he's got to get me the shop drawings for the rebar. I've asked for those. I don't normally get too worried about them on some contractors, but I'm going to check them out, make sure. But every question I ask him, he seems to have a good answer, you know, so.
Just for the audience here, that's a culvert replacement on Woodlawn Road.
Woodlawn Road project. He's a new contractor. He bid it, he was low bid, and we haven't used him before, so we want to make sure it works
You got
out.
good references for the county judge down in
Right.
Park County. Okay, we'll move on. Let's move to the Recreation Department report. I know you've been doing something. Yeah.
Everything's going good. Just glad the rain stopped so we can call up the baseball games, but besides that, just routine things going on.
Have anything on drilling on?
No, Tyler, he fixed the Balltown park
Oh, yeah.
thing for me, put a new picnic table out there, it was falling apart, and repainted my sign and made it look really nice out
And we
there.
put a bench out there on,
Oh, yeah, put a
on the
bench for the playground.
I forgot about, we did that.
We had one down the
Yeah,
garage.
we got another one, we're gonna put it out.
Put the other one out, over in the same playground.
Good.
Thank you, Tyler.
No problem.
Under old and new business, not on the agenda, Larry Wimsett has retired, and that has left the animal control position open for the last 10 days or so, but Royce Fitzpatrick, who does our weekends, has been filling in as a substitute. Royce does a good job for us. I don't know if anybody's ever met Royce or not, but he does a real good job. So what I've asked the Personnel Committee to consider putting Royce in on the interim as the animal control officer for 60 days till I can have time to do the interview process. In doing so, Royce is in the $16 an hour range right now. I want to move him up to $20 an hour on the interim. Even at that, covering weekends, Royce is worth $20 an hour because it's hard to find people that want to work every Saturday and every Sunday. So, Personnel Committee, I would entertain a motion to approve that, moving Royce to as an interim animal control animal control officer from $6 million an hour. Motion by Jerry, second by Bernard Ice. Discussion. First time you've probably heard of it.
That is the first time.
But I can't wait.
Gotta have
I
somebody.
gotta move on the interim. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? The motion carries. And our policy says, personnel policy says that we offer the position to current county employees that are already employed with the county that might want to transfer to that position, and that will be our first look. And then if we don't find someone within that personnel policy guideline, then we will advertise accordingly.
I don't want to do that.
Okay? You guys have anything else before the court?
The only thing I'd bring up is on the 911 ordinance, I need to clear up the exact ordinance that was repealed, and I want the court to know that I'll just be writing it in. So it's clear which one got.
Well, the only thing you did was took out the strikeouts, is that correct?
Correct, yeah, that's the only difference between what you saw, but if you look down here, it just
Yeah, I had them
says
side by
ordinance
side
number
this
blank,
morning.
dated blank, needs to be repealed.
And that's the original 911. Actually, we've done amendments to those over the years.
Well, I think that's why I need to go over and find it. I couldn't find what I needed.
You took the A out of the one that
Sure
Sam
did.
called.
Yes, sir. Got that.
Okay?
All right.
Anybody else have anything? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
He was first. Jerry Lyon, second by Sam Hutchins. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion carries.